Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire. And I'm just hopping on tonight. I didn't give anybody any warning. I want to make a few cards with the Full of Charm paper pumpkin kit. I've been wanting to get this kit on my table and opened up for a while now. I've seen some beautiful cards and I thought I would show you as I make it. So the first thing I'm going to do is make 3 cards, one of each as they are intended to be made. So let me switch my camera over. Please say hello if you're watching the replay, either here on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. I love to know who's watching, and I appreciate all your comments. So I went through and separated, or I took one of each card base. You can see there's a floral card base, a gold one that looks almost like newspaper background to me, and then this card base. So I took one of each and I looked at the instructions that come with the paper pumpkin. Here's what the 3 cards are going to look like. But if you look down here, gotta find it, on this last page, it tells you what you need for card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So I've just separated one set of each thing out so that we can make those 3 cards. And then I can follow along with the directions right here that show me what I'm going to do. So Paper Pumpkin Kit comes with a stamp set, comes with an ink spot, a mini ink pad. I'm going to use my full-size ink pad. So please do say hello if you're watching. I see we have a couple of eyeballs already. I'm going to get the little leaf stamp out and my ink pad. And we're going to stamp some leaves and we're going to stamp a sentiment. Okay, and then after I do these 3 cards, I'm going to make some alternative cards because this one coordinates with the beautiful Full of Charm suite. Now I don't have the full suite, but I have the paper, and I think with the paper and the stamps from here, we'll be able to do some fun things. So I'm stamping a few leaves. Let's stamp our sentiment while we're here. It says, "To a wonderful friend." Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Do you have this paper pumpkin kit, Sharon? I think you get some of them. I try to get to open it and make it before the next one comes, but this summer's been very busy with fun things, lots of grandchildren time and other things, camping, so I'm a little behind. And this is the June one, so I couldn't open the July one till I get the June one done, right? Okay, so it even comes with all your adhesives and some bling in this cute little package, if I can get it open. All right, there we go. So these are glue dots, and that's bling and dimensional. So I've lost my little piece that goes on top. Okay, so this overlay, it's beautiful and delicate. That is going to fit right over and onto this picture. So I've got to put some dimensionals on there. So I like to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm picking up the whole dimensional, cover and all, and just putting, not dimensional, I'm sorry, glue dot, cover and all, Oh, you're going to love that sunflower embossing folder. Oh, I'm glad it was back in today. That was a little bit ahead of schedule. I should check and see what else is in. And remember, you can ask to be notified now for when things come in, and then you won't miss them. Okay, so now I have to take these little paper backings off all these glue dots so that I can find paper backings, round ones, as well as the dimensional ones all over my house, and my cat, and my elbows. I do really enjoy these paper pumpkin kits. They're a surprise. Each month you only know a little bit about them, and they usually make 9 cards if you make them as directed. You can often get more out of a kit. And I like just doing them. I don't have to plan a whole lot or think a whole lot. I just make them up. So they're a lot of fun. And sometimes they're treat boxes or other kinds of things. So I'm trying to get this mostly lined up. I think it's a little bit artistic and doesn't line up 100%, but that's there. This is the June paper pumpkin, yes. The July one is a strawberry one, so stay tuned for that. After I get this one done, I can get that one done. I've lost my dimensionals already. Here they are. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on this. And this card is just about done. I hope I have the card base opened correctly. And I'm going to go right across here. Oh, but I probably should put it straight to a wonderful friend. And let's put a few blingy sequins on there, because who doesn't love a good sequin? Put one there and one here and one over here. All right. And you can see this card base has the design on the back too. So my next card, I'm going to cut one of these card bases in half and use the back one. Not my next card, but one of my alternatives. And these all go in this very cute envelope. All right. So let's do the next one. So the next one looks like this. Card number 2. So you can see it would be super fast. If I were making the whole kit up, I would do all 3 of this particular card first, then all 3 of these, kind of assembly line style. So again, this card base has the printing on both sides. So I do like to cut those up. So we're going to use a different stamp. We're going to use a foliage stamp, and it has that distinctive look to it where it's going to do the shading for us. I always love a stamp set or a stamp that does that. So sometimes the stamps have a bit of a coating on them. I'm just going to ink that up and clean it off once. I see some other colors on my block. Okay. So I'm going to stamp one here. I'm looking at this little picture. It's showing me how to do this. And one down a little bit lower. And I'm going to stamp a miss you sentiment on this one. And that goes on a circle that I have here. Let's see how that looks. That looks pretty good. I don't think I need to clean that one off. So this says miss you. All right, and now we'll put this one together. So this kit also came with some tear and tape. And so I'm going to put some tear and tape on the back of this piece. Oops, I made that a little long. I'll just put that piece over there. And another piece right here. I'm a generous adhesive user because I do not like my cards to fall apart. And I also find if you give tear and tape a good rub with your bone folder, you'll get the backing off much easier. Well, that piece wanted to make a liar out of me, but you can see that the other ones are coming off pretty easily. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this on lined up with the top, bottom, and side edge. So my leaf doesn't stick out quite as much as I wish it had. You can see on the picture they have it sticking out a little bit more than that, but that's not too bad. And now we're going to put this on here like that, and then our sentiment like so. And this is going on with some more of those little blue dots. And let me put one more up top. Whoops. Okay, and now we'll take those covers off. That one, the whole glue dot wanted to come off. I could give these a little rub as well. Much easier. Ah, sticking to my fingers. Always harder when you're doing this stuff on camera. Okay, so let's put this down, and I'm just referring to this picture here to see the general idea of placement. Of course, I could do it however I wanted to, right? It's my kit. Hi, Julie. These colors are so pretty, aren't they? They're the same colors that are in the beautiful floral charm paper that I ordered a while ago and I just opened up today. So the projects we're going to make with that in a little while are going to be the first ones I've used with that. So let's put a couple of bling, and then we'll move to the third card, and then we'll get to the alternatives. So the third card has some beautiful fall colors to it. Let's get those out of the way. So here again, the card base has two sides, and we'll cut one off for the next card. And I'm going to use another foliage stamp, You can see you get quite a few stamps in this little set, and you even get, oh, what did I do with it? A little thing that you can use to put in a CD case, like a label for the set kind of thing. An insert, but I don't know where I put it. I'll find it when I'm cleaning up, I'm sure. All right, so I'm going to use pecan. No, what is it? Pretty Peacock. Why did I call it pecan? All right, and we're going to put one here. I have ink all over my blocks. I have to be careful I don't rock it. And we're going to put one down there. And then before I glue this down, let's see if I've got them in the right place. Oh yeah, so we can see those. So that's going to go there with some tear and tape. Oh, Fat Boy is here to say hello. He wants you to know it's almost his dinner time and he's hungry. Okay. Let's get these off. So we have this. And then we have a little green peacock doodad. Sticking to my fingers again. 2. And we'll put one down there. All right. And this is going to go right like that. And we'll stamp our sentiment, and then we'll have another card under our belt. This sentiment is going to say, let's celebrate you. And then there's a happy birthday one that can go on the inside of the To a Wonderful Friend card could have happy birthday on the inside. This one could have happy birthday on the inside. I suppose you could put it on the Miss You one too. All right, so this is going to go on with dimensionals. And then we have a little flower that's also going to go on with dimensionals, and that's Timid Tiger in here, which I am a fan of orange, so I love Timid Tiger. Okay, and then this goes right in like that. And this comes right here. And now let's put a couple of bling on there. Try to do a mixture of the big ones and a couple of little ones. I like these sequins that don't have the hole in them. So there's that one. So those are the 3 cards. Now, I love to cut the card bases apart, especially when they are decorated on the bottom. So I've done a little bit of planning for this card base. So I'm going to cut this off and I will put it on a different card base and I will make the card as directed with that, except for being on a different card base. And I'm going to trim this one down to 4. Just taking a 1/4 inch off the both 2 sides. by 5 1/4 so that I can put it on a Timid Tiger mat. Because who doesn't love the opportunity to use Timid Tiger? And even though that was scored, didn't seem to be folding quite right. Okay, so I'm thinking I will do this. And then I used this perennial postage die, the second largest one. And I thought I would put that on there. And I'm wondering if I need to blend a little Timid Tiger on that background. This paper has like a basic beige background and not white. And this is white. So let's blend a little Timid Tiger on that. This is the August paper pumpkin that you can still subscribe to until August 10th. And it's called Farmhouse Florals. And this is the little sneak peek picture they're giving of that. And the subscription to Paper Pumpkin is $27 a month. And you can also get some prepaid subscriptions, 3 months, 6 months, even 1 month. So I'm just going to do the outside edges of this. The gold parts will resist the ink. So I'm going to wipe this off with my little microfiber cloth before we do too much, or else I'll get a whole bunch of ink on my fingers. I'm just using a blending brush and some Timid Tiger. Okay, and so now we'll just wipe it off. There we go. All right, so let's see how that looks. I didn't want it to be quite so stark. Oh, I like that. You can still see the gold in there, but it's not quite so stark. So let's glue that on. Oh, you know what? Before I glue that on, I may want to put a ribbon around this. So let's do this one on here first. Oh, isn't that pretty on the other side? Oh, I forgot to show you all of the floral charm paper. I will do that in a second. So this is an alternative card using half of a card base from Paper Pumpkin. And I'm looking for my cloud cover ribbon. And I am not seeing it up there. Did I bring it to a class? I've just taken a quick peek. I don't think so. Huh. Where could my cloud cover? Oh, it's right here. It was right there the whole time. I have cloud cover and I have Timid Tiger, but I think that might be too much orange if there's such a thing. So let's just tie, not really a bow, but just a little something here. I'm going to have to cut that off because it's in my way. We'll slide this where we want it once we get it tied. And why do my fingers grow to be so big and fat and clumsy when I'm doing this on a live? There we go. Now I'll show you my trick. If this was too loose, this one's not bad, but sometimes they're too loose. I pull it down like that to make it tighter. And then I just put a piece of good old-fashioned Scotch tape to hold that there. So I like that little bit of pool party, not pool party. Oh my goodness, cloud cover. And I'm going to put a glue dot under that bow to hold it in place. There we go. And then I thought I would put a sentiment on that. I don't know, is that too big? Should I go with a smaller circle? What's this one? I have all kinds of pieces lying on my table here. I think a smaller size might be better, but I think I want to stick with the blue. So let's run this through a size smaller. This is the Stylish Shapes circles that I'm using. So now we're down to the third largest one. Okay, I think that's a better size. I want to see that beautiful paper there as well. All right, so let's we'll use the pretty peacock. Let's put, we have miss you, we have to a wonderful friend, we have thank you and happy birthday. We haven't used thank you yet, so let's do a little thank you. And it will also stamp some images on there, but I'm going to get the thank you on there first. So I know for sure I have room for that. Then I think we'll put one of these on. We'll put that on. I could even go right under that just a little bit. I hit that glue dot and it wanted to stick it right in there. Okay. And we'll put this on. And there's plenty of bling usually in the pack. So let's go ahead and put, whoops, a couple more of these. And there's an alternative. And then, whoops, I'm covering up my thank you a little bit. Have to move that down just slightly. Let's put a glue dot under there. I'm just going to use one of these so I don't have to fight with taking the cover off when it's under there. And then we'll shorten these up. We'll make these pretty short so that we can see There we go. The sentiment. So there we have a thank you card. All right, let's do another alternative. This one, oh, I've got to show you this paper first. Let me close my ink. And I'll save this for another card. That's a pretty piece. Let me just make a little room to show you that pretty paper. So this is the Full of Charm paper. I think I have a piece over here. Yeah. So here's the piece that we used already. And there's the back of it. It's beautiful, pretty peacock with that leaf. This one looks just like the elements for that third card that we made. And there's the background of that. It's gorgeous. I love the colors of this one, pecan pie, and I don't know if that's blackberry bliss or petunia pop. I think it is petunia pop. And then petunia pop on the back. Look at that. It's a happy paper, isn't it? Oh, I love those colors. And then the back of that one is also mossy meadow. And then there's this one. Oh, and this is a lot like the flower that's part of another stamp set. Wow. It's a lot like this flower on Inspiring Imperfections. I think I could use those two together very nicely. And then this is the piece we're going to use in the next card. And I have fussy cut something out from that. So isn't that paper gorgeous? Whoops, I hit my camera. I'm sorry. That is the Full of Charm paper. All right, so now, boy, do I have a mess here. Can I just tell you? I'm going to cut this card piece down to 4. And I'll make another card using that. I'll have to fix that edge, but that's okay. 4 by 5 1/4. And I think we're going to put this one on a pretty peacock card base. And I'm going to have this one open this way. It's a good thing those really aren't words, because if they were words, I couldn't go in that orientation. And then I was thinking about this flower, but I felt like it needed something behind it. So I was going to look at some shapes to use behind it. So you can help me decide what shape to use. So I was going to use, this is petunia pop. So it could be, I guess I can go bigger, a petunia pop circle back there. Or we could put a hexagon maybe back there. That's a little small. Let's go with the second one from the center. We could put that behind it. That's another choice. Then there's maybe one bigger. Then there's a nested essentials that could go behind it. Or I don't know if that banner is big enough. I don't think the banner's big enough. How about this one? We could have that one behind it. Do you have an idea of which one you would like to see? kind of like that shape. I also like that shape. What do you think of, well, it's not going to fit going that way. I guess we could cut it this way and then always turn it. Oh, or the hexagon. I think it's the hexagon. You like the nested essentials? I was going to say that one, Julie, until I got to the hexagon. Where did my circle dies go? Here they are. I think I'm going to go with the hexagon. The hexagon dies, I want you to know, are on the last chance list. So when they're gone, they are gone. I've been using these a lot lately, of course. As soon as I start using them is when they get set to retire. And you always get two pieces with these dies. I have this one and I have another one. So I don't know if we need that one. Oh, I think that is very pretty, but I do think we need a little stamping on that piece. I think we should do maybe the bigger thing. What is this thing? The bigger leaves, the bigger foliage. That's the word I wanted, foliage. Let's do a little bit of this. So let's put one there. And let's put one over here. Oh, I didn't get that quite right. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm stuck to my stamp. And then we can pop that up, I think, right there. And we need a sentiment, of course. And I did notice that on this sentiment sheet, they gave 4 of each one, even though we only need 3 of each one. But I'm not sure I like any of those with this. Maybe we just want a piece of that's two-tone cardstock. Maybe a piece of bubble bath right there to put a little sentiment on. Let's do a happy birthday. We haven't used happy birthday yet. Hi, Patsy. Thanks for watching. I had some ice cream today, Patsy, and I thought of you. You're my other demonstrator I know that loves her ice cream. All right, I'm having trouble getting this stamp straight, so I'm just going to put it down on a piece of paper. It will correct itself, and then I'm going to pick it up with my block, and now it's nice and straight. So Patsy, we're making some alternative cards with the June paper pumpkin. Whoops, I'm sorry, I did that off camera, but there's a little happy birthday. Oh, I'm so glad you had ice cream also today. And let's cut this out. It'll just be an itty bitty sentiment. Does anyone else remember when we had the itty bitty stamp set? And I didn't wipe my extra ink off on that. Okay. All right, so let's get these down. And that will be our second alternative card. Now I got an ink smudge on this, but I think my flowers are going to cover that up. Let's hope. Yeah. And I want to do this with the points. And I'm going to put this one on dimensionals. Oh, isn't the back of that paper really pretty? I really like that. I appreciate you watching too, Patsy. I do. All right, that might be dimensional overload, but look, I have one place that might still sag. No saggy middles. Okay. Oh, that is such a pretty flower. And like I said, I just fussy cut that out of the paper because I don't have the stamp set that goes with this. And now I'm going to take a couple of mini dimensionals and put them on my mini sentiment. My itty bitty sentiment. I think it was called Itty Bitty Greetings or Itty Bitty, I don't know, something like that. I loved it. I used that for quite a while. I'm going to use my lines here to get this as straight as I can. There we go. And let's see. I have a bunch of these Freesia dots left from the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. Let's put some of these on here. These are kind of tall, so I like to put them right near something that's popped up. And I kind of hope that the popped uppedness will protect them. Yes, Debbie, I am live right now. So that's the second alternative card. And if you have another minute, I will make a third one if I can find it on my messy desk. And then I'll show you all the cards that we made tonight. All right, here is the third card base. Let's get rid of some of this stuff that we don't need. And let's figure out what we're going to do with this one. The others I looked at a little bit before the live started. And now this one, I'm just winging it. Let's see what we come up with. Let's pick a piece of pattern paper. I'm taking out the two we used before. So there's this one and this one. Got two more. Then we have this one. And we have that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. That was my paper hitting the floor, if you heard that. And I wish I had something that would cut a diamond like that. That's not really a square, but I don't think I can cut a diamond like that. So let's do a strip of this coming down. We're going to cover, I could do it on this side. I'm going to cover a little bit of that. I think I'll go, well, I'm going to start with 2 inches by 5 1/4. And if we need to make it narrower, we can. just knocked that on the floor. So let's do that, or do we want to go? I think I'm going to go to 5 and have a little border on all 3 sides. All right. Like that. Let's get a pecan pie card base. And we need another color. I think that's petunia pop. This is some petunia pop two-tone cardstock I have right here. Oh, that lighter side looks very pretty with that. Not sure what we'll do with that just yet, but let's go ahead and cut a card base. I'm going to score at 4 1/4 and then cut at 5 1/2. And look for my bone folder. This is a particularly messy desk tonight with all the parts of the paper pumpkin kit, as well as everything else. All right, so there's that so far. Let's emboss a little bit of, well, let's use that Nested Essentials die. Let's cut, I don't know, all those lines. Let's try it. Is there a bigger Nested Essentials die? I think there is. There's one size bigger. Do I want to? No, that's too big. All right, let's cut this real quickly. And maybe I will also emboss a little something on there. Perhaps the Kintsugi Inspirations embossing folder, and then we'll do a little stamping on it. Let's do this. I ran out of time beforehand to prep any of this. So we're just figuring this out. Oh, it's stuck in my folder. We're just figuring this out as we go. And I'm looking for my take your pick tool, which I'm having a hard time. Oh, here it is, finding. Okay, so this is the Kintsugi Inspirations folder. It's very pretty. And here it is. And I didn't even sand that, but just from putting it through the embossing folder, I've got some white showing. I like that. And we're going to put that there. And then we need a little something. I have a Choose Gratitude little white circle right there. I'm going to look for another white circle that's a little bit smaller. I have a box over here. I'll show you. This is a box where I throw all kinds of pieces. This is left over from a kit. There's a circle. It's kind of big, I think. I was looking for something a little bit smaller. I have some little squares. Oh, I don't know. I don't like when I have too many lines bumping into each other, and I'm thinking a circle. Let's just see what I can find. That one is not white. Of course not. Oh, here's an oval. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, no. All right, we're going to do a smaller white circle. I'm now adding things to the floor because my desk is too messy. Let's go one size smaller. Just cut this. Bear with me for one more minute and then I'll show you all the cards. What should we put for a sentiment on this little circle? There we go. That's what we're going to do. Just like that. Do we need some petunia pop ribbon or maybe just a bow? We'll think about a bow. Let's put this on. I love this piece of paper. I may have to break down and get that Charming Day stamp set. I really didn't think I needed it, but just like everyone else, when I see the samples, I think, oh, I do need that. I do want that. But I did a very big pre-order yesterday from the new catalog and the new online exclusives. It's a fantastic demonstrator perk, if you ask me. I love being able to order things ahead of time. Now, I don't want to use the Pretty Peacock stamp set with these colors. Remember that box I put on the floor? Yeah, I just stepped on it. Okay, let's stick with the stamp set. And let's celebrate you right on this. I'm thinking that I'm going to pop that piece up. Right there. What do you think? How is that? We'll put some dimensionals on the back. There it is, just a little bit darker. Sending you a smile. I'm sure I do someplace. Is that one of your favorite ones, Deb? I do like thinking of you cards or just general cards like that. I like to send those out. All right, and then, well, we could put that over there too. Left or right? I feel like I'm at the eye doctor's. This or this? I think I'm going to go with this. Now let's see if I'm putting those on the correct side. Yes. And I'll put a glue on the other half. And let's see if we want a little bow. I'm looking for my bow maker, which seems to be missing from its usual spot. All right, I might have to make this bow on my own. Let's try it. I just want a little bow, so I didn't cut too much ribbon. I don't know, am I going to get this to work? One side is way bigger than the other. I've got to get that one smaller. I'm going to try that again. All right, one of my earbuds has just, there goes the other one. Okay. Oh no, so why did it just do that? Because my earbud died. Let me, let me turn off the camera for a second and get that to flip. There we go. And then I'll turn the camera back on and hopefully you can hear me again. Okay. You like the left too, Debbie. Well, that's good because that's what I chose. Took a while for your comment to come through, I think. Okay, and let's just clean these ends up. How come I can't figure out which way I did that? Like this, I guess. Nope, like this. And where are we going to put this little bow? Now that I tied it, we're going to use it. I'm not giving it up. Although I did mess up that end a little bit. Okay. Now this, there we go. I usually put them underneath, but that seems a little close to the bottom. So I think we'll go right there. All right. And that is that. I went a lot longer than I thought this was going to take me to do. But as I said, I did not know what I was going to do with this one. We do need a little petunia pop bling. Let's see if I have anything here. Oh, look, I have just a little bit of these petunia pop sequins left. So let's put these on. Gotta have a little bling. Ah, it's stuck to my glass mat. There we go. All right. So this was the June Full of Charm paper pumpkin kit. And we made 3 alternative cards tonight. One in Timid Tiger, one with Pretty Peacock and Petunia Pop, and then this one with Pecan Pie and Petunia Pop. And this one used the kintsugi thing. These just used paper or stamps from the kit. And then we made 3 of the cards as directed in the kit. So they all come in these cute envelopes, Timid Tiger. So here's the first card we made. And then the second one. And here is the third one. So I didn't cut these card bases apart, but I've cut one set of card bases apart and I'll cut the other set apart. So that's going to give me, let's see if I can figure this out. It's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 card. I don't know. It's going to give me more cards. How come I can't figure it out? 3, and I'm going to get another 3 like that if I want. That's 6 of those. And then I'm going to have 6 more fronts. So 6 and 3 is 9. And so I'll have 15 cards out of the kit, I think. I'll let you know if that turns out right. Math is obviously not my strong point. So thank you very much for sticking with me tonight. That was a long live, but I appreciate you watching. And if I can help you make cards at home, I would love to do that. If you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. There's a new catalog coming out. Let me know if you need a copy and you're not already working with a demonstrator. Thanks. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.